Hi friends, MD Vegan. A juicing day today. I make a juice with all kinds of ingredients. 9 I count, that's a big number. It's a juice with greens and red beets. So very powerful. The beets are rather to give me a, when I have energy to keep on, to keep going. That is what beets do. And there is science about that. And they have a wonderful flavor. They have an earth flavor. That means they have a lot of sugar that does not really taste through at first. But when you combine it with fruit, sour and sweet, this sugar comes out and creates the most amazing flavors. So this is what's in the beet. And together I have several greens. The main one here being kale. And it's a whole different story. The green juices here, they are refreshing, energizing. The red beet juice is rather giving endurance, power. I mean, I think there is a slight difference. I have here only 3 or 4 kale leaves, medium size. It's dinosaur kale, can take any kind. But this is a little bit more beet. And the beet here, you see there's a little bit of green. See, there's some greens under it. There are also greens of the beet. They taste a little bit sour, very strong green flavor, a little bit like beet, but not so sweet. The sweet is in the root, and the green is rather. But again, if you happen to have it and put it into the juice, that's okay. It tastes a little bit more stronger, not so sweet, but there is enough sweetness in the beet itself, in the root. So this is the main combination here: the beets and the kale. And the one thing is, because I have only 4 leaves of kale, this kale has been harvested before the first frost. It's from this season, it's summer. And usually when you have kale, kale is the one vegetable, the one food we have with the most nutrients of all the other plants. Kale has the most. It's really stunning. I saw studies about that. So it's very nutritious. And this these nutrients, they give a very intense flavor, strong flavor. The kale has a strong flavor. Not always easy to use it because it can be overwhelming, too bitter, for example, and then you don't like it anymore, so you add fruit. But the problem is when the kale is harvested before the first frost, that means in winter, that's when it's usually harvested, then it can be bitter. And when it is after the first frost, it has the best nutrients, and then it can even become sweet. But this kale here has been harvested now, sometime, and it is bitter. So I can only take a small amount. If I take too much, the whole juice will be bitter. So you have to know, kale is not easy to juice and to make smoothies of, because you have to balance these strong flavors. It can be delicious if you do it right. But just you make a kale juice, check when it's harvested, or taste a little bit of the leaf. And when the leaf is very bitter, you know it's harvested early. When it's sweet and delicious, it's later. Then it's easier to use. When it's bitter, you use only a small amount. Then you have to add more fruit and so on. That's what I do today. So I have the beet and the kale and 2 other greens that are amazing. Different kinds of green. These are herbs. This is a dark leafy green. And this is 2 herbs. And one is basil, the wake-up herb, and this is mint. And that's just the summer, the cooling herb. This is only 3 stems. I get the stems with the leaves. It's very strong. And these has 4 or 5 or 6 stems with the leaves and the stems both. But these flavors are both very strong. Mint, is refreshing. It cools you down in summer, and it refreshes the breath. The chewing gum has a mint because of that. You get a nice breath with that. And the basil is, if you chew a leaf or a stem of basil, you wake up because something is in the basil that makes your brain wake up. It's a wake-up herb. And both flavors are strong and expressive. Both belong to the same family, the mint family. There are a lot of herbs from the Mediterranean in that mint family, like mint and basil, and this thyme, oregano, sage. Many others are in there. I don't know, sage is in there? I think so, yeah. They're very, very marjoram, marjoram, and very nice herbs. They are all different benefits. These are two, and the second healthiest food we have, herbs and spices. So I have the kale, the healthiest food at all, one of the healthiest food, and these two herbs. Yeah. And I found and I made a juice with kale and these and the mint. I found two very powerful flavors playing together, and I had to balance this with a lot of fruit, and it was delicious. Yeah. But they are very, very strong and characteristic. And now I want to use the same idea, kale and mint, sharp, hard flavors, together with beet. It's a sweet flavor, deep flavor, earth flavor. Yeah? And when I surround it, it gives to this sharpness and this harshness of these kale and mint flavors, I give it the warmth of the earth and the sugar, the sweetness of the sugar. Lots of sugar in beet. So let's try what happens. I know this is powerful. They are very powerful flat plants, nutrient dense, in different ways, as I said. And now I show you the fruit to make this base of the juice and to make it delicious. And that is a very simple idea. I add 3 fruit, common fruit. Apples and pears is the one, and the 2. As 2 pears, 2 apples, about the same amount. And the third one is the orange, another very, very common fruit all over the planet. It has, of course, sweet and sour and bitter. The apple has a sweet and sour balance. The pear has a very sweet and a little bit of bitter also, the pea. So there are these 3 juices, fruit together in one juice is delicious, is a juice by itself. You should try it, absolutely. And it's a kind of one fits all, because you can make all kinds of green juices, also red juices, on the base of that juice. Everything tastes delicious because this orange, apple, pear trio is so delicious. It's creamy, it's wonderful, balanced, sweet, sour, bitter, even a little bit bitter. Check it out. I love this juice, yeah. And then I have 2 more ingredients to boost all the other flavors and the nutrients, to keep them fresh. There's a lemon here, and there's a nice piece of ginger, 3, 4, 5 inches of ginger root, and a large lemon. I will see if I can use the peel. I have some of the peel. I never know, especially when you have greens that tend to be bitter. The peel can be too much because there's also a bitter flavor, a strong bitter flavor in the peel. It's also a lemony flavor. It's the healthiest part of a lemon. The lemon peel, the yellow color. But when you take a little bit too much, it's all ruined. It's so strong. So we'll see. I check that out. And also I check if I can take a whole lemon, because these juices, yeah, with the kale and the beet, sometimes it is easy to spoil them with a little bit too much lemon. Lemon can be very powerful here. But you have already the orange here. There's also some sour in the orange. So the lemon can be too much. Maybe it's enough to have half a lemon. But I check that while juicing. I tell you when I'm done, I show you the juice, and I tell you how much I took and what happens and so forth. So I come back in a moment. Now I begin juicing, and then I see you in a moment. This is more than a liter juice. With all the ingredients I showed you, 2 apples, 2 pears, 2 orange or 3 little oranges, small oranges, and a nice medium beet, 4 leaves of kale, and then some basil and so forth. So that are the measurements. You get 1 liter, or a little bit more than a liter, and this is what remains. This is the so-called trester, the pulp, behind the juicer. Is separate by juicing. We separate fiber from the nutrients. The fiber also contains some kind of nutrients, important ones though, so it's recommended on a healthy diet to eat the fiber. That's one of the most important parts of the food. But on a fasting day, I separate the fiber from the other nutrients, and drink only that what doesn't need to be digested, because in addition to reducing calories, the medical definition of fasting, you reduce calories over time, and so the body begins to change the metabolism. He generates energy in a different way. It burns ketones like in an emergency state. Too little energy is okay, we need to be more efficient, body says, so now we're burning ketones instead of sugar, carbohydrates, glucose. That's the glucose, the sugar, that is what usually burns the cells for energy. But that is not as efficient as this ketosis with the ketones, smaller molecules. But that's theory, not so important. But usually that's what fasting is, reducing calories. But in addition to this, I reduce the fiber. That's a juice fasting. It's a more fasting, so to say. You can also eat smoothies or with the fiber, or salads or so. That's also a good fasting, reducing calories. But I do that more. I take the fiber out, the digestion rest, like rebooting the system, like at night, Usually you don't digest at night. The empty stomach should be, that's the best. Usually, in general. And then the system can rest. And in the morning we reboot it with breakfast, break the fast, so to say. In some languages they have the word breakfast, breaking the fast, same meaning. And I do that here with the gentle juice fasting over a longer time, over one whole day. I have an extra, so to say, pause. Usually every night is a pause for the digestion, and on the gentle juice fasting, the whole day is a pause for digestion. So that is a real strong, deep rebooting. It's more cleansing, more tidying up the mind, reshaping the memories. The tissues of the body get refurbished, restored, and so forth. Toxins released, and all that's happening on a fasting day. And it's once a week for me. Yeah? And then I have these wonderful juices. I drink more. I drink water, veggie broth, plant milk, coffee, tea, whatever, without the fiber. Usually I give. And then the fiber is out. I drink the juices. They are so delicious. I can explore the flavors and the effects, the benefits on the body. And when the juice is drinking, drink the juice, it goes directly to the bloodstream. Excuse me, please. And then when I drink it too fast, the blood sugar can shoot up and cause troubles like insulin imbalance and so forth. You don't want that. So I drink it slowly, sip by sip, like in a whole meal. Only it's the fasting day. I don't have meal on fasting days, just the juices instead. And if I drink enough, 4 liters or so in my case, other people might drink less or more. I need to drink 4, I found, and then I feel great. Because when I feel not great, so maybe shaky or dizzy or headache, nauseous, that there are things that can happen on a fasting day because it's a strong cleansing process. Toxins get released, and you gotta wash it out, and you don't drink enough, it can stress the system. So one day is enough for me. That's gentleness, and also I drink juices and I try to feel great all the time. And if anything happens and I get one of these feelings that are not so great, I just eat something. I slow the fasting down, so that's at any time, because it's a gentle juice fasting. Gentle means compassionate with myself and also with the others. When I have a birthday or so, I won't fast. I go there and join in the party, and I fast another day or skip it once. So mainly I do it once a day, once a week, over forever. But there are exceptions for social instances, And I don't want to I want to socialize. I don't want to be fasting on a birthday, for example. The cake and everything. I don't want to do that. I want to be together with the others. So that's more important. So in this way, it's a gentle, compassionate way of life. Part of it is according to Tree Yoga lifestyle or Ahimsa, non-violent lifestyle. We try not to harm the best we can, have compassion with all as we can, and so forth. That's such part of it. This kind of fasting is part of it, and I like it best because it's living in the flow. It's living with the least loss of energy, most economic, also. So, long theory, just let you know a little bit. So now to this juice. This is my feast today. I make the fasting day delightful with juices, always new juices. And this one looks dark red, beautiful, like a Bordeaux, like my t-shirt. That's a wonderful color I like. And you get this color if you use the beet, always gets red. You put the green together with the red, then it turns even darker, the red, until to purple and so. It's an awesome color, very deep. And that's the flavor also. It looks like you can see the flavor already. Yeah, man, it's very, very distinct. The 9 ingredients, and I have sharp ingredients like lemon peel, the whole lemon peel get in. I have mint, very sharp flavor, basil, very characteristic flavor. I have the kale, a bitter kind of kale, early harvested, so very bitter too. So all these very strong flavors, they make it very characteristic flavor. They give it like a powerful crystal or something. The flavor, it looks like that, you know. I will taste it now. Let's see what happens. The texture is nice, it's creamy and runny. I'll show you in a moment. But now the most important thing, the flavor. Let's see. Mm. 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 With some experience, I can taste the parts. But that, well, I really have to know these juices. I've made many of these a little bit different, so I have a little bit. I know what tastes like what. But overall, it's a very nice, balanced, new flavor. That's what I want to create. I make a new recipe, so I want to make something new, something that's more than its parts, something that comes together. It's balanced in a way. I think this is such a juice, and I was surprised that I could put all the lemon peel in. First, I was only hesitant, just a little bit. Tasted it, sweet juice, nice, rounded, okay, but it could have a little bit more expression. I added more lemon peel, and then it got more characteristic, and then I added everything at the end, and all the lemon too, because now it is a flavor that has character. You know, it's really expressive. Without the lemon peel and only half the lemon, it would have been softer, more gentle, not so much edges. You know, the simple flavors would have been a little bit numb. But check it out for yourself. You can always try more or less lemon juice, lemon peel. Makes a difference, really. You can really nicely bring forth these single flavors and underline them, highlight them. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's wonderful texture. It comes from the pear. Yeah, this sweetness, this thickness, this creaminess of the juice come from the pear, and also when the beet is a little bit older, softer, also gets a little bit creamier. And when you have a very crunchy, crisp beet, which is preferable, I would say, but you don't always have it, it gets a lighter juice. Yeah. The flavor also is lighter. The more water got out of the beet, the more dense the beet flavor gets. Then you add a little bit more fruit juice and lemon, and there it is again. It comes again. So, wonderful juice. I'm very happy, and this is really a power juice. Wow, greens and reds and herbs and all kinds of fruit, lemon, ginger. I like that. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe MD Vegan YouTube. Have another recipe every single day for endless vegan variety. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. And you can also go to Facebook, Tree Yoga, Moon Fasting. The Tree Yoga is a yoga style founded by Yogini Kaleji in 1980. He was enlightened by a Kriyavati event, and that keeps going till today. Every day she has channels, new yoga postures series, all kinds of philosophy, all kinds of things. Check it out. Yogini Kaleji is an amazing yogi. It's very authentic. And she has given me this idea, or us the idea, of Tree Yoga Moon Fasting, gentle juice fasting, living in the flow, ahimsa lifestyle. She brought veganism into yoga fully and so forth, and many things. And yeah, that's why I call it Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. It's a gentle lifestyle fasting, and my juice recipes are there on that page. And also moon fasting, calendar, the best fasting days, and forth. Check it out. See you soon.